Hey guys, this is Erica here with Online Training Shop. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, we talk about real strategies for building skills, growing your income, and setting yourself up for long-term success, no matter where you are starting from. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you never miss a video. And if you get value out of today's content, drop a like. It genuinely helps us keep creating content like this. We truly appreciate every single one of you. Now, today's video is for a very specific group of people, and if this is you, I want you to pay close attention because this information could genuinely change the direction of your life. If you are an international professional or student who wants to build a career and a future in the United States, the H-1B visa is one of the most important pathways available to you. But here is what most people do not tell you. Not all jobs are created equal when it comes to H-1B sponsorship. Some industries sponsor aggressively and consistently, others rarely sponsor at all. Knowing the difference before you invest years into building a career could save you enormous amounts of time, money, and frustration. Today, I am giving you the 10 jobs that most consistently and most easily lead to H-1B visa sponsorship, what those roles pay, and exactly what you need to do to position yourself for one of them. Let's get into it. Before we get to the list, let me quickly explain what the H-1B visa is for anyone who needs a refresher because I want to make sure we are all on the same page. The H-1B is a non-immigrant work visa that allows U.S. employers to temporarily employ foreign workers in specialty occupations. A specialty occupation is defined as one that requires the theoretical and practical application of highly specialized knowledge, and typically requires a bachelor's degree or higher in a specific field. Each fiscal year, there are 65,000 H-1B visas available in the regular cap, plus an additional 20,000 reserved for people who hold a U.S. master's degree or higher. Because demand for H-1B visas typically far exceeds supply, USCIS runs a lottery system, which means even a perfect application is not a guaranteed approval. However, certain jobs and industries have such high demand for foreign talent that employers sponsor aggressively year after year, giving candidates in those fields the best possible odds. It is also important to understand that the H-1B is employer-sponsored, meaning you cannot simply apply for it yourself. Your employer files the petition on your behalf. This is why choosing the right industry and the right employer matters so much. Some companies sponsor hundreds or even thousands of H-1B applications per year. Others have never filed a single one. The goal of today's video is to show you which careers put you in the best possible position to find an employer who will sponsor you. Let's go. Job number 1 is software engineer or software developer, and this is not even close. This is the single most H-1B sponsored job category in the United States by an enormous margin. Year after year, software engineers account for a massive share of all H-1B petitions filed. The biggest technology companies in the world, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Salesforce, Oracle, file thousands of H-1B petitions annually, and software engineers make up the majority of those filings. Beyond the giants, mid-sized tech companies, startups, financial firms, healthcare companies, and retail corporations all have software engineering teams that regularly sponsor international talent. The demand is simple. The United States does not produce enough software engineers to meet the needs of its technology sector, and companies go global to fill the gap. Salaries are exceptional. Entry-level software engineers at major tech companies earn $130,000 to $180,000 in total compensation, including base salary, bonus, and stock. Mid-level engineers earn $180,000 to $280,000. Senior engineers and staff engineers at top companies can earn $300,000 to $600,000 or more in total compensation. What do you need? A bachelor's degree in computer science, software engineering, or a related field is the standard. Strong skills in languages like Python, Java, JavaScript, C++, or Go are essential. Building a strong portfolio of projects and contributing to open source can significantly strengthen your profile. Internships at U.S. companies are one of the most effective ways to convert an OPT work authorization into a full-time H-1B sponsorship. Job number 2 is data scientist and data analyst, which is closely related to software engineering, but deserves its own spot because of how aggressively this field sponsors international workers. Every major company in every industry is now sitting on enormous amounts of data: sales data, customer behavior data, medical data, financial data, logistics data, and they desperately need people who can make sense of it. Data scientists build the models and run the analyses that turn raw data into business decisions. Data analysts identify trends and translate findings into actionable insights for non-technical leadership. The demand has exploded over the past decade and has only accelerated with the rise of AI and machine learning, which requires specialized expertise that U.S. universities alone cannot produce in sufficient quantities. Data scientists at major technology and finance companies earn $130,000 to $200,000 per year in base salary, with total compensation often significantly higher. Senior data scientists and machine learning engineers earn $180,000 to $300,000 or more. What do you need? A bachelor's or master's degree in statistics, mathematics, computer science, or a related quantitative field is standard. Proficiency in Python and R, along with experience with machine learning frameworks like TensorFlow or PyTorch, is highly valued. Job number 3 is systems analyst or IT consultant, which is one of the most consistently sponsored job categories across the broadest range of industries and company types. Systems analysts evaluate an organization's technology infrastructure, identify inefficiencies or security gaps, and recommend improvements or new systems. IT consultants perform similar work on a project basis, helping companies implement new software. What makes this category particularly valuable for H-1B seekers is the breadth of sponsoring employers. IT consulting firms, companies like Infosys, Tata Consultancy Services, Wipro, Cognizant, and HCL, are historically among the top H-1B sponsors in the entire country. These firms hire thousands of international workers annually, place them with client companies across industries, and sponsor H-1B visas as a core part of their business model. Salaries for systems analysts and IT consultants range from $75,000 to $130,000 per year, depending on specialization and employer type. Consultants at top-tier firms with specialized expertise earn more. What do you need? A bachelor's degree in information technology, computer science, or business information systems is typical. Certifications in cloud platforms like AWS, Microsoft Azure, or Google Cloud are highly valued and can accelerate your hiring significantly. Job number 4 is financial analyst and quantitative analyst, covering the finance industry's significant and consistent H-1B sponsorship activity. Wall Street and the broader financial services sector have long recruited internationally for analytical and quantitative talent. Investment banks, hedge funds, asset management firms, and financial technology companies all sponsor H-1B workers regularly, particularly for roles that combine strong mathematical or programming skills with financial knowledge. Financial analysts who work in investment banking, corporate finance, or portfolio management earn $85,000 to $150,000 in base salary, with bonuses often doubling that figure at top firms. Quantitative analysts, quants, who build mathematical models for trading or risk management earn $150,000 to $300,000 or more, especially at hedge funds and proprietary trading firms. What do you need? A bachelor's degree in finance, economics, mathematics, or engineering is the baseline. A CFA designation strengthens your profile significantly for traditional finance roles. For quantitative roles, a master's or PhD in mathematics, statistics, physics, or computer science is typically expected. Job number 5 covers the engineering disciplines most actively sponsored outside of software, specifically mechanical and electrical engineering. Manufacturing companies, aerospace firms, automotive companies, semiconductor manufacturers, defense contractors, and energy companies all sponsor H-1B engineers consistently. As the United States reshores manufacturing and invests aggressively, the demand for mechanical and electrical engineers has grown substantially. Electrical engineers working in semiconductor design, power systems, or embedded systems earn $100,000 to $160,000 per year. Mechanical engineers in aerospace, automotive, or advanced manufacturing earn $90,000 to $140,000. What do you need? A bachelor's degree in mechanical or electrical engineering from an accredited program is required. Practical experience through internships or co-op programs at U.S. companies is extremely valuable. Professional engineer licensure, while not always required, strengthens your long-term profile and earning potential. Job number 6 is physician and medical specialist, which represents one of the most urgent and consistent H-1B sponsorship categories in the entire country. The United States faces a significant and worsening physician shortage, particularly in primary care and in rural and underserved communities. Hospitals, health systems, and medical practices actively recruit internationally trained physicians and specialists to fill critical gaps. The Conrad 30 waiver program and J-1 visa to H-1B conversion pathways also provide additional routes for international medical graduates. Primary care physicians earn $200,000 to $280,000 per year. Specialist physicians earn $300,000 to $600,000 or more. In terms of pure income potential combined with near-certain H-1B sponsorship availability, medicine is one of the strongest fields on this entire list. What do you need? A medical degree and completion of a U.S. residency program through the ECFMG certification and match process is the standard path. The path is long and requires passing USMLE licensing exams, but hospitals are highly motivated to sponsor qualified physicians, and the career rewards are extraordinary. Job number 7 is cloud architect and DevOps engineer, which are among the fastest growing and most actively sponsored technology roles of the past several years. Cloud architects design and oversee an organization's cloud computing strategy, determining how systems are built, deployed, and managed. DevOps engineers bridge the gap between software development and IT operations, allowing software to be deployed quickly, reliably, and at scale. Both roles are in extreme demand because the pace of cloud adoption has dramatically outpaced the supply of qualified professionals. Every major technology company, financial institution, healthcare system, and enterprise company is in the middle of a cloud migration or expansion. Cloud architects earn $130,000 to $200,000 per year. Senior cloud architects and principal engineers at major companies earn $200,000 to $300,000 or more. DevOps and site reliability engineers earn $130,000 to $220,000. What you need, cloud certifications, are almost essential in this field and are recognized by employers worldwide. A background in software engineering or systems administration is the typical entry point. These certifications are achievable in months and can transform your earning power and sponsorship prospects dramatically. Job number 8 is pharmacist and pharmaceutical researcher, covering two related but distinct paths in the life sciences sector. Clinical pharmacists working in hospital and health system settings are actively recruited internationally and sponsored for H-1B visas with regularity. Major pharmacy chains and health systems have used H-1B sponsorship to fill pharmacist shortages in underserved markets. Pharmaceutical researchers, scientists working in drug discovery, clinical trials, regulatory affairs, and biotechnology represent one of the most consistently sponsored categories in the life sciences industry. Major pharmaceutical companies sponsor H-1B workers across their research and development divisions. Clinical pharmacists earn $120,000 to $150,000 per year. Pharmaceutical researchers with advanced degrees earn $90,000 to $160,000 in industry roles, with senior scientists and research directors earning significantly more. What do you need? A Doctor of Pharmacy degree is required for clinical pharmacist roles. For pharmaceutical research positions, a master's or doctoral degree in chemistry, biochemistry, pharmacology, or a related life science is standard. U.S. licensing requirements for pharmacists vary by state. Job number 9 is architecture and urban planning, which may surprise some people but represents a consistent and growing H-1B sponsorship category. Major architecture firms, particularly those working on large-scale commercial, institutional, and infrastructure projects, actively recruit internationally trained architects and planners. Cities and metropolitan planning organizations also sponsor urban planners. The U.S. construction boom, driven by infrastructure investment, housing demand, and commercial development, has created sustained demand for architectural talent that domestic supply alone cannot meet. Licensed architects in commercial and institutional practice earn $80,000 to $130,000 per year. Senior architects and principals at major firms earn $140,000 to $200,000 or more. Urban planners earn $70,000 to $110,000 depending on specialization and setting. What do you need? A professional degree in architecture, either a Bachelor of Architecture or a Master of Architecture, is required for licensure. International architects typically need to pass the architect registration examination. A portfolio of strong work is essential. Urban planners typically hold a master's degree in urban or regional planning. Job number 10 is university professor and research scientist, and this category is unique on this list because it comes with a significant advantage that most people do not know about. Universities and research institutions are cap-exempt H-1B employers. That means positions at qualifying universities and nonprofit research organizations are not subject to the $65,000 annual cap and the lottery. A university can file an H-1B petition for a professor or researcher at any time of the year and receive an approval without competing in the lottery. This is a game changer for anyone in academia or research. While other H-1B hopefuls are crossing their fingers in a lottery, assistant professors and researchers at U.S. universities earn $75,000 to $130,000 per year depending on field and institution. Tenured professors in high-demand fields like computer science, engineering, and medicine earn $130,000 to $250,000. Research scientists earn $80,000 to $160,000. What do you need? A doctoral degree is typically required for tenure-track faculty positions. Postdoctoral experience and a strong publication record are essential. The cap-exempt status of academic and research institutions makes this category uniquely strategic for international professionals who want a more predictable and reliable path to H-1B status. All right, let me give you a quick recap of all 10. Software engineer, data scientist, systems analyst and IT consultant, financial and quantitative analyst, mechanical and electrical engineer, physician and medical specialist, cloud architect and DevOps engineer, pharmacist and pharmaceutical researcher, architect and urban planner, university professor and research scientist. 10 fields, all of them with strong, consistent H-1B sponsorship track records. If you are an international student currently studying in the United States, your OPT period, optional practical training, is one of the most valuable tools you have. Use it to gain work experience at a company that has a strong H-1B sponsorship history. STEM OPT gives you up to 3 years of work authorization, which gives you multiple lottery cycles to land your sponsorship. Do not waste that window working somewhere that has never sponsored a visa before. Research your target employers before you apply. The USCIS H-1B Employer Data Hub is publicly available and shows you exactly how many H-1B petitions each employer has filed and approved in recent years. Use that data to make smarter decisions about where you invest your energy. Drop a comment below and let me know which of these 10 careers you are pursuing or most interested in. I read every single comment and I genuinely love hearing from you. If this video helped you, please share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you in the next one. I am Erica, this is Online Training Shop, and let's get to work.